And that was my Dante.
Yeah.
Just starting the third grade.
On his second day of third grade at Oak Ridge Elementary in South Sacramento, 8-year-old Dante Daniels didn't make it to school. He would never make it here again.
This guy beat my grandson with a hammer down to his spine. They couldn't save his brain.
Early in the morning on September 1st, investigators say his mother's ex-boyfriend, 23-year-old DeAndre Cheney Jr., attacked Dante with that hammer. A criminal complaint alleges he also used lighter fluid. 6 days later, Dante died. But remembering him
He was a little,
brings a smile to his grandmother's face.
he was a lot sensitive. He didn't play with the kids that were rough. He didn't. He played baseball.
And in his final moments awake,
Small as he was.
Monique Brown says that the 8-year-old was a hero, showing incredible courage in the face of his accused killer.
Trying to save his sister from this child molester. And that's why he was beat the worst.
The criminal complaint states that Cheney Jr. murdered Dante while he was engaged in the crime of committing a lewd act on his sister. At some point, investigators say Cheney Jr. turned the hammer and a knife on her, as well as her mother. Brown wants the community to see how Cheney left them for dead. 28-year-old Elizabeth Salone
She's doing okay. She probably will never see out of her left eye.
and 7-year-old Danae.
My granddaughter, she will need a whole lot of help.
What's helped them persevere through the suffering? These cards, flowers, and candles from the community. Their faith in God and in the fact that evil was not strong enough to steal Dante's heart.
Dante gave his heart to a 4-year-old in Southern California. To that 4-year-old lived
Because of this little boy.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now this video right here comes out of California, and it's a very sad video. It was recently reported that there was this 8-year-old boy who was basically trying to protect his younger sister from his child molesting stepfather, who basically didn't give a damn about neither one of them. And the little boy pretty much gave up his life trying to protect his sister, just like a lot of young kids would do. And I know if that was my sister, I would have done the same thing also. And it's a very sad story because all the signs was there from even, I know you don't supposed to judge a book by its cover, but some of these books are pretty tore up on the outside. And that's just a metaphor for how the person looks on the outside. But if you cannot see that some of these people is mentally ill and mentally sick and deranged and demonic, then something is wrong with your spirit of discernment, and also where you at in your walk in life. Because even Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder can see that a lot of these people that not only I'm doing videos about, but other YouTubers doing videos about, you can look and tell something is off with these people. So I'm going to read this snippet from this story, and I will give my opinion also as we go. It says, boy 8 killed while protecting sister from mother's ex-boyfriend, stepfather. An 8-year-old boy in California was killed trying to protect his younger sister from their mother's ex-boyfriend. Dante Daniels, who had just started the third grade at South Sacramento's Oak Ridge Elementary, was brutally beaten with a hammer during the early morning of September the 1st. He died from his injuries 6 days later. Now this demon, this guy, not only was wrong and need to be severely punished for raping the 8-year-old girl, I mean for raping the little child, but also for taking a hammer and feeling that much enraged that he would go after the boy and beat the boy head in all the way where you can see on the video where his grandmother said basically beat his head in where you could see his brain all the way down to his spinal cord. I mean, that's pretty bad. Then the boy still didn't die right then. He could have, most people just died on the scenes from better yet just one blow. So I'm trying to show you and tell you about the kind of spirit that this young man had, Dante had. And may he rest in peace. And he's a hero for that also. And he should be honored and treated as such, because it's one thing to lay down your life for yourself, trying to protect yourself, but it's also a greater thing to lay your life down for somebody else, especially your sister. You know, somebody that I'm sure a lot of guys that have sisters would do, you know, because that's just the way that it should be. And he was a young man, but really he did what grown men would do, put his life on the line. So big shout out to him also. And it's very sad. A criminal complaint states that 23-year-old DeAndre Chaney Jr. was performing a criminal lewd act on Dante's 7-year-old sister when the little boy stepped in to help. I mean, so he probably was basically this old sick ass guy, 23 years old, stepfather, whatever, probably was making the little child fond of him, or making the little girl do oral sex on him or something, or probably was messing with her private area. Who knows? But it was something like that to make it click in this little boy's mind that I have to protect my sister. And that's right there is very smart. I mean, he was raised right, because a lot of people, a lot of children probably wouldn't have done nothing, or they would have just sat back and watched and probably wouldn't have told mom, or just cried, or probably just held it in and started acting out in some other kind of ways, like many cases of showing kids that was abused. They'll harbor their feelings in instead of letting it out. But he didn't choose to do that. He chose to step to him like a man. Anyway, Chaney, who pleaded no contest last year to a charge of failing to register as a sex offender, was the ex-boyfriend of Dante's mother, 28-year-old Elizabeth Salone. So hold on. Now, number one, he's 23, she's 28, 5-year difference, which ain't that much. But at the same time, he's a fucking, Lord forgive me of my English. But anyway, he's a sex offender. So why would the mom let a registered sex offender around her children? I don't understand that. That's very crazy. Would you as a mom let your child around a registered sex offender? Would you as a mom let your kids be left alone around somebody who has been convicted and has a history and already have victims in his past in the closet? But children that he done abused, that's very sad. Now, the guy beat my grandson with a hammer, Monique Brown, the children's grandmother, told Fox 40, down to his spine. They couldn't save his brain, which he was just pretty much just brain dead, like like in a coma, like a vegetable. The criminal complaint states that Chaney used lighter fluid during the attack and at a point turned the hammer and a knife on Dante's sister, trying to save his sister from this child molester, and that's why he was beat the worst, Brown said. So the boy got beat the worst because he was basically trying to protect his sister, which that's what he should have done, like I stated earlier. But it's very sad that you would have a demonic ass person like this, and the mom could have prevented all of this. The signs was already there. Now, I'm not telling you all to go pull out everybody, and this goes for men and women, but I'm not telling you all to go pull out everybody background check and see if they got a rap sheet and what crimes they've been convicted of. But some of these crimes you need to pay attention to. Just like if a person have a history of robbing people, then all of a sudden somebody next door or the house over get robbed, who you think probably done it? It's a chance it probably was that person, just like in these this case right here with Dante and this so-called molesting ex-boyfriend stepfather, DeAndre Chaney Jr. He has a history of sex offense, so why let this man around your children like that? And look what happened to your child, and look what happened to the daughter also. She didn't die, but she's messed up also. Now let's continue. Now, according to an arrest warrant, the children were home alone with Chaney when the attack happened. Salone had asked him to watch her children while she took her brother to work, the Sacramento Bee had stated. When she returned home, she heard one of her children crying. Salone told detectives that she was struck at least 3 times with a hammer from behind as she went to check on her child. Chaney then tied her up and poured lighter fluid on her. Now why didn't the guy also kill the mama? But at the same time, when she come back to the house to check on her children, just come back to the house regular, and she hears one crying, and she walks in there, then all of a sudden he's attacks her, hit her 3 times. So this guy is more than a damn sex offender. He's a damn walking demon. He's a lunatic. He's completely off the Richter scales with the shits. You feel what I'm saying? So he was very unstable to begin with, and he shouldn't have been let out wherever the hell he was at. And it's sad that all of them could have lost their life, but it's sad that either one of them would have lost their life, would have been sad. But it's very sad that you had this little boy who's supposed to be how y'all women do it, and how we also say, like, oh, there go the man of the house. That's the little man of the house right there. And then he take that responsibility on. But at the same time, you take the consequences, what comes with that man, what comes with that territory. You know, and it's sad that he had to step up, because all I'm saying now is where was his real dad at? You know, even though that right there probably won't really matter for the situation, but it would seem like he should have somebody there that really loved him or something. I don't understand why would she let this guy who basically just got out, registered sex offender, which means he served time, around your children. Then you wonder why that happened to your children, your daughter, and you. That's very crazy. I don't understand that. And also the pole lighter flew on her. But why did he go ahead and set her on fire and kill her? I'm glad he didn't, but I'm just saying he went all the way with the son. You know, so really he envied that boy. He didn't give a damn about that boy. Most likely he hated that boy, because you have to have really have some mad hate in your heart to do a child like that. You know, to do anybody like that. I wouldn't even do a grown person like that. But to do a child like that, that's sad. Now, police said he grabbed her car keys and some other items and left in Salon's vehicle. Cheney was captured a day after the attack in Nevada, hiding in someone's backyard. So he's dumb as hell too, and it's good he got caught. They need to give his ass a death penalty. Both Salon and her daughter survived, but Salon's left eye was damaged during the attack. The little girl would never be able to see out her eye. She would probably never see out of her left eye, the grandmother said. My granddaughter would need a lot of help. And they have a GoFundMe set up. And also, I'm going to donate some money to them also. And I challenge you all also to give what you can to them, not to me, not to no channel or nothing. Give to those who need it, you know, and see if you can just give them $1 or $2, or whatever you want to give, whatever your heart desire, 50 cents, whatever. Just send them something, because I mean it's a very sad situation. A very sad situation. That's the least we could do for this very young soul who gave his life so bravely for his family. He laid down his life for his sister, and I admire that, you know. And it's very sad like that. But that's why I tell you women. You women need to watch, and also men. But I'm talking to the women right now. You women need to watch the guys that you bring around your children. Also bring around yourself, because there's a lot of videos and stories with just the women getting killed without the child, you know. But to have your child getting killed, you getting attacked, and your daughter getting attacked over something that could have been easily prevented. He's a damn registered sex offender. What don't you understand? You know, it's not like somebody grown, somebody his age said he raped me, which is still wrong. But, you know, maybe the person was lying. Maybe they wasn't telling the truth. Maybe she got mad at the guy. But if it was a child involved, or somebody old, real old, mentally ill, or something like that, you can't, it's no excuse for that. And we know people lie, like the song, men lie, women lie, but at the same time, check the background, check and see who you're dealing with. Was it a minor involved? What kind of person it was? Because like I say, you have to remember, people do lie, and they do throw charges on people, but this guy right here was clearly unstable, and he should have never been able to walk out of any mental hospital or jail or prison where he was at. So what need to happen, need to take him on up to the Pelican Bay, San Quentin, and introduce him to the gas chamber. You know, bust about 2 cans in there, and we'll holler at you later on, because maybe you'll come back in the next lifetime, DeAndre, and get it right. But you have destroyed people's lives, and you took a life that wasn't even yours to take, you know. And that's very sad right there, because I know I would be devastated, I would be heartbroken if that was my son and that happened to my child. But anyway, let me know what you all think in the comment section. Make sure you hit that like button, and also when you see your children today, hug them, tell them you love them, and also tell them, if anybody do anything to you, anything you need to tell me. Don't ever be afraid to tell me anything. I would not get mad at you. Just be honest with me. I would get mad if you lie, but just be honest and tell me what's really going on. And once you do that, and they know they can trust you, watch how they will open up more. So when things happen, they will not be scared to come tell you. That's the key right there. But anyway, y'all stay blessed till next time. Stay vigilant. Keep your eye open. Even the third one. Till next time, I'm out.